Okay, Chapter 8. The Broken Blessing. A call has come from the imaginary world, Dr. Wu said. I must go. Great news, thought Pearl. She darted in front of the doctor and blocked the stairs. Can we come with you? The torchlight flickered in the distance. The pool was calm, the Kelpie still submerged. Please? Come with me. Dr. Wu pursed her lips. You still haven't properly been trained to travel to the imaginary world. We don't need training, Pearl insisted. We helped with the rain dragon, and Ben did an excellent job feeding the Kelpie. I think training is a good idea. I do too, said Ben, the empty fish bucket swinging from his hands. Pearl waited. But I am not in the habit of taking apprentices to the imaginary world unless it is absolutely necessary. Pearl was about to groan with disappointment when Dr. Wu added, But you may accompany me to the 10th floor, and we shall see what is going on. That sounded far better than no, so Pearl scampered up the stairs, her skinny legs carrying her 2 steps at a time. There was still a chance to change the doctor's mind about going to the imaginary world. Pearl and Ben might not have to poke around in the Sasquatch's nose all day. It was a long trek up the stairs. Pearl had pointed out that they could use the elevator, but Dr. Wu said that exercise was important. Ben was huffing and puffing at the halfway point. When they finally reached the 10th floor, they were greeted by the following sign. Floor 10. Off limits. Do not enter. Stay out. This means you. Because they had the doctor's permission, Pearl ignored the sign and pushed the door open. The vast, empty room stretched before them. Yellow fairy dust covered the floor, remnants from the portal which was powered by the glittery stuff. Dr. Wu and the kids quickly crossed the room, passing a row of windows that offered a panoramic view of Buttonville. Town Hall towered above the rest of the buildings. An old-fashioned telephone switchboard was set up along the wall, its operator perched on a stool. Howdy, y'all, Violet bleated with a wave. She wore a headset over her blonde beehive hairdo. Her red dress was covered in white polka dots. Her hooves were painted to match. She was a satirist, which is a creature who is half human and half goat. She grabbed a handful of oats from the sack and stuffed them into her mouth. She chewed from her, and her little beard moved up and down. How y'all doing? Fine, Pearl and Ben said. Well, I'm just plain tuckered out. Oats flew from her mouth. I've been sitting here all morning, worrying myself into a tizzy. I'm so flustered. What are you worried about? Ben asked. Did Mr. Tabby explain our current situation? Dr. Wu asked her apprentices. He said that there was a human that had been spotted in the imaginary world? That is correct. Dr. Wu's voice remained calm. Violet is worried that the man will try to leave the imaginary world, and if he does, there is a chance that he will use our portal. She leaned against the switchboard. Is that why you summoned me? Has he been seen again, Violet? Violet swallowed. Oh no, it's something entirely else. But it's gosh darn difficult for me to make heads or tail of it. You know those unicorns. You know how they are. They don't make one bit of sense. So, unicorns? Pearl cried. Really? Oh my gosh, I love unicorns. Even Ben smiled because everyone knows that unicorns don't eat children. Is there a message? Dr. Wu asked. But Violet had stuck her head right back into the sack and was chomping away. The only answer was a muffled chewing sound. Dr. Wu had to pull the oats away to get her attention. Violet, what did the king say? King? Pearl could barely contain herself. She just started to bounce up and down like a jumping bean. Unicorns have a king? Does that mean that they have a queen? Can I meet them? Ben stepped away so Pearl wouldn't land on his feet. I wrote down exactly what he said. Violet handed Dr. Wu a piece of paper. Pearl and Ben peeked around the doctor's arm to read the note. The blessing is broken. What does that mean? Pearl asked. A blessing is a group of unicorns, Dr. Wu explained. Only one blessing exists in the imaginary world, and if it is broken, one of its members must be missing. Hey, stop that, Ben complained. Violet had slid off her stool and was nibbling on his sleeve. He pulled it free. She bleated and then stuck her head back in the bag of oats. Unicorns don't usually wander away from their own kind, Dr. Wu said. The forest is full of dangers. And if it is a very young unicorn, then it might have gotten lost, which means... Her arms fell to her side. What? Ben asked. Dr. Wu looked as if she were in pain. She slowly crumpled up the paper. Pearl's mind raced. What could happen to a unicorn if it gets lost? What was waiting in the forest that might hurt it? A terrible thought occurred to Pearl. Wait a minute. Unicorns have horns, she said. Is that what everybody's worried about? Is the human the same man who took the rain dragon's horn? Violet's head popped out of the bag and she blinked rapidly. For a very long moment, no one spoke, and then Dr. Wu let the note fall to the floor. Yes, Maximus Steele is once again on the prowl.